I had a feeling in the back of my skull, this Davey Croco shit had not seen anything in there. He's not even a member. So I called him out. This is where I finally got in on this, and I responded. I said, this guy just keeps making stuff up. Who is he? And again, at this time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know D Croco 200 on Twitter was Davey Croco, the internet luminary of Davey Croco, all 5,000 subscribers, Davey Croco. And that's not me big subbing him. I'm just saying it's not like I would have heard of him, you know? So I said, who is this guy? He keeps just making these things up. And of course, he doesn't reply with any sort of screenshot or proof of this being said anywhere, of me telling you guys to go do this. He just changed his avatar. I wonder why. That's You know, I have noticed this. This is fascinating. Here's something I've noticed. Whenever I talk about people on this show, they suddenly start changing their avatars. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm going to make fun of the way they look or not, but I have seen this multiple times where while I'm doing a show about somebody live, suddenly their photo or their avatar completely changes. Davey Croco's literally just now changed. And he knows we're doing a show about him. He's got to know, right? So, what is that? What is the psychology? I wonder what the psychology is there. I didn't know it was public, says my girlfriend did not know our Discord was public. I mean, if you know the link, you can get in the Discord. It's that easy. Happy to be here. What's pubic? Typical goon behavior. I think this might be a goon trait. By the way, how does my hair look? Okay, I parted it on the other side today. I just saw myself in the camera, and it looked weird to me because I guess my hair just fell to the other side today. I don't know what's going on. People think I straighten it. You guys know it just comes out of my head like this, right? Anyway. So Davey Croco responds to me calling him out for making that up. But he doesn't respond with any proof. He responds with this. Okay, edgy boy, the N-word. Why respond if I'm just making stuff up? Well, that's why. You just answered I responded because you're making stuff up. I wanted to defend myself. You're making stuff up. What do you mean? Don't you hate that attempt at a gotcha? Ha 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 ha. Well, if I was wrong, why would you respond? That's why. It's because you were wrong. You know what I've noticed? Whenever I make fun of people, they don't respond. You know why they don't respond? Because I'm right. That's when you don't respond, right? Royce was forced multiple times now to respond to the World War that revealed his proclivities. Ugh. I don't even like saying that word. If anyone ever talks about your proclivities, ooh, delete your files, okay? Just take your hard drive, put a drill through it, set it on fire, throw it in the lake, be done. If you've got proclivities, something's going wrong in your life. So anyway, why would you respond? The gay ops of your audience are well known and documented. Yeah, I'm the one documenting them. Here's one of the fags using dummy accounts to cause drama. Do you need screenshots of your audience telling people to spam this post by tagging you? Now, I can't understand a word of what this guy's illiterate, by the way. I'll show more proof of his illiteracy in just a bit here. But here's the screenshot he posted, okay? And this is apparently what sent him over the edge. On Sunday night, we had the episode with Ryan. Sorry. And here's a screenshot from it where somebody in the chat room says, named Davey Croco 3, which is his name on YouTube. It's got his avatar on YouTube, and it says, ROTC has gotten boring. Good thing I'm going to replace Mersh. Now, that doesn't sound good for a guy who is part of the Mersh effect, does it? So obviously, Davey Croco 3 is coming in to defend his honor. Again, if it's wrong, then why would you even say anything? Point proven. Thanks, retard. So I don't know who this is. Now, my guess was, I told you guys a little while ago when we were trying to jump into Mersh's chat or ROTC's chat and troll them to steal their users' names and avatars so that we won't get booted right away. So my first thought was, well, that's what's going on here. This is a fake Davey Croco 3 because somebody made the account for trolling Mersh. But then I went back to this live stream, and this comment is not there. And there's no naughty words in it. There's no words. So YouTube would not auto-remove this. This comment is not there. Now hold up. I noticed something else. And this is something, we're going to play some clips of Davey talking about this as well. So we'll go over this some more. I noticed a few things. Wait a second. Where does this screenshot come from? Look at this. This is somebody's phone, and it says screenshot. Now, he's got the full frame screenshot from a phone on here. Okay, strange. A little weird, right? And then I notice this was taken right at the moment that the stream went down on Sunday. Right? That's where this screenshot is from. And I know that because it says 72 viewers. We had 230-something viewers for most of the show, but when the stream went down, we lost some of them, and then they had to come back. Isn't it interesting? This was taken right at that moment. And by the way, this comment, which is far up in the chat here, is not on the screen behind me in the screenshot. It would be there over my shoulder. Davey Croco, number one, is the one who took this screenshot. But number two is planting this false evidence to try to loop me in to some conspiracy against him with Mersh. He's trying to be Mersh. He's a mini Mersh. Mini Nightwave, mini Mersh. Okay? Now, these tweets go back and forth, on and on, forever. There's tons of tweets. I mean, I could read a ton of stuff. We call him out for photoshopping on that. I said, apparently this guy thinks I know him or something. Yesterday's the first time I ever heard of this weirdo. I just assumed he's some Mersh skin tag. But like every ROTC listener, he has his own terrible show, just playing videos and reading a chat. More internet litter. This goes on and on and on. And it gets to a point where somebody, Dungani, posts an image of Davey Croco, and I, of course, lose it over this image because I hadn't seen him. And I just look at him. He looks like if Joey Salads was exposed to radiation, you know? Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Joey Salads. I'm here to find out if Italians have blood. I'm here to beat up a retarded person and see if they can feel pain. It's me. I'm doing a social experiment. It looks like if the Jersey Shore was fit through a caulk gun and squeezed out the other end. One of his eyebrows is trying to escape the gravity of his head. One eyeball is floating above his eyes, like his eye socket. His eyes are not inside his head. They float just outside of it like Duckman in his glasses. Okay, now the nose is huge, sure. I mean, we can talk all day about the hook nose going on, the giant honker. People are calling him Gonzo, apparently. We could talk about the fact that it looks like he has to gum his food. He might not have teeth. But I am obsessed with the fact that his head is a garbage can. It's a perfect cylinder. And if you catch it at the right angles, it's actually rectangular. You know, if you look at a cylinder the right way, it just looks like a rectangle. So his head, you could put it inside of a can of beans and it would fit perfectly. It would actually, when you pull the can off, it would go whoomp. You know, I mean, I haven't stopped looking at this. He wants to talk about obsessed, by the way. I am completely obsessed with the way this man looks. It's bizarre to me. I can't. It's like a train wreck. I can't escape the velocity of the event horizon that is the horror show of geometry going on with this man's cranium. Okay. I could spend the rest of the show just staring at this, but I'll do you the favor of actually playing some of his content, which actually I'm not so sure that's a favor. So let's do this. Let me bring up his transcript here, and we're just going to do a little find pod awful. Well, actually, I'll just type the word awful in here. Okay. I got to type it correctly, of course. There we go. And let's just find the instances where he's talked about me on this episode of his program. Fucking awful, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Let's get into some of the stuff he had to say about lil ol' me. I don't know. I feel like I've never done anything wrong. I don't know what the problem is, but let's see what he's got to say.
Is from the awful podcast called...
The awful podcast called
Pod Awful.
Pod Awful. And by the way, let's take a look at this. I don't know if you guys have seen this thing. Do you see this action figure? There's this guy who goes by the name Groiper. Cool name. Jesus Christ. If you are one of my... I'm begging you guys, my listeners, there are people, even in the Pizza Fund, I'm begging you, stop using a Groiper avatar, okay? It's embarrassing. It stinks. Some of you guys are good guys. You're smart guys even. Funny. I've interacted with funny guys. But I am so third-hand, cringe-inducing embarrassed when I speak to you because of your Groiper avatars. You know, that little frog, the little feels-good man, Pepe frog? They call that Groiper. It's disgusting to me, and I don't know if I can keep responding to anybody who has that avatar. It's so... I don't know. I mean, you're out of date at this point, number one. That's not even a thing anymore. But then you're also in leagues with the guy who's making... Every day he's made a new action figure of some e-celeb, and it's the worst content you've ever seen. He gets nothing but downvotes on Reddit when he does this, and yet he keeps doing it. It's absolutely pathetic. Anyway, Davey, Croco, and these guys, they're so butt-fucking stupid. Their brains are just complete banana mush. You know, like, if you cracked open their skulls Mogadishu style and poured out the contents, and you could pour it, it would look like what a grandma chewed for her dinner that night at the nursing home. They're into the action figures, but he's talking about me. Let's see what he says.
He decided to get a little chippy today and wanted to...
Muted Growl has a Trump Groiper thing in the chat room. He's saying, hey, come on. My avatar is just fine. Muted Growl, I like you a lot, man. I do. You've said some very funny things in this chat. I remember that. Every time I see your avatar, I can feel my spine doing ASMR. Okay? I have like a negative form. I have spidey sense for gay shit, for autistic shit. And it's just... Ooh. If I had hair down my back, it would be standing up every time I see your avatar. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait, Jesse, is mine okay? Honestly, I think yours is a turtle. I have thought yours is a turtle this whole time, Kelsey. If I am wrong, then it is not okay.
Talk a little shit.
Let's go back.
Podcast called Pod Awful. He decided to get a little chippy today, and...
Ooh, I got a little chippy. Never even heard that before. I got a little chippy. And again, if only, I'm dying to know, is what we're watching right now technically a Davey Croco show? It's so impossible to tell. I'm finding it so difficult to find out, is this a Davey Croco show? I don't see any instances where I could find out this information whatsoever. There's nothing on screen here that would tell me something like that. Oh, well, if you guys figure it out, let me know.
Wanted to talk a little shit. We can't be having that. We can't be having low level.
asshole. I didn't know they did the coin things in the Nightwave shows too.
Little shit. We can't be having that. We can't be having...
He's going to be queefing out squirt so hard.
Low-level podcasters.
$10, man. That's a big tip.
That have 3 times the subs as me, but...
He called me a low-level podcaster.
3 times less the views as me coming at me. So
now you hear that? He says 3 times less the views than me. He's talking about... He's not talking about the view... I mean, listen. I ain't hard up on views, okay? I don't know if you know this. I have over 2.3 million views on my channel. I'll sleep well at night when it comes to the amount of views I get, okay? I mean, when 1 million people have seen you, that's pretty cool. 2 million? That's double. I mean, come on. So over 2.3 million views. I think I'm doing fine. He's referring to that screenshot that he took, and he doesn't realize that he hasn't shown that screenshot. So these people don't know what he's talking about. That would seem absurd. When now, to be fair, he's only got 3,000 subs or something on this channel, and he does get about the same number of people watching live that we do. That's pretty good, but of course he does, because everyone in his audience also has a show. When everyone has a wrench, when everyone is a moderator, when everyone can be shouted out for their stuff, when you're bringing on the listeners of your show to show all of their content on your show, then it's no longer your audience. It's a bunch of people looking for their own shout-outs. You don't fool me.
So let's not do that. Lucky Hex, nice to see you. Blop.
Okay, so I think that's all there. Let's go to the next time code. We can find code. Is that it, or is that the one we already saw? I think that's the one we already saw. Okay, this looks like another one. Let's take a look at this.
A lot of, let's see this. Ooh, Pod Awful, 17 seconds ago. It's because they are all former Owen Benjamin guys. Well, you got that wrong.
So he's reading his show is so enthralling. He's reading my tweets during his show, which I called him out on. I don't know if it was during this stream or another one. I can't remember. Is this the one from yesterday? I don't know. Honestly, trying to figure out this Davey Croco guy has been such a bore fest. I mean, again, he falls asleep on his own show. It's been such a bore fest. I'm hoping I can make it entertaining for you because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you realize this or not, but what you're watching here is the potential birth of a new goon. There's a lot of stuff going on here with Davey Croco where we could do more on this guy. That's the magic of the Mersh effect, is all of these guys under Mersh's spell are potential goons. Mersh has gone well beyond goon level at this point. He's well beyond lolcow at this point. He's entered an entire new tier of ridiculous internet existence.
See me fun?
So anybody in his universe is up for goon grabs.
Yeah.
Dance for me, slave. Dance!
You like that?
Dance,
Covered with
slave!
Thousand Island dressing.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, this could be kind of fun. Say hello to Mr. Slay.
Okay. So let's listen to what Davey Croco's got to say.
Let's just pull this up right now. Let's get this out of the way. So Pod Awful is a podcast who, I don't want to use the word obsessed.
Uh-oh! He doesn't want to use the word obsessed. Okay, well, you know, that's good. You know what? I was going to call him out on that. Oh, I'm obsessed. He's saying he doesn't want to say it. So that I'm going to give him a point for that, okay? Let's listen to what he's got to say.
Now, let's get this out of the way. So Pod Awful is a podcast who, I don't want to use the word obsessed, but he...
Okay, thank you.
He does these fake Nightwave streams. He seems pretty obsessed
Oops.
with.
Okay. Well, he seems. I don't want to say he's obsessed, but ladies and gentlemen, this man is obsessed. I'm obsessed. That's what it is. It's not content. I'm obsessed. You're not obsessed talking about me right now. Mersh isn't obsessed talking about Teddy Spaghetti. Davey Croco is not obsessed talking about Owen Benjamin, which apparently is what he's famous. Like Davey Croco is famous for talking about Owen Benjamin. That's not obsessed. Me doing a parody of Nightwave twice is obsessed. Okay.
Nightwave.
I mean, you can tell this is a brilliant guy. You can tell. I mean, this is some real Italian cuisine thinking going on. This guy's a real. I mean, you know, some people would say, "Oh, what an Einstein." This guy's a real Chef Boyardee.
Fake Nightwave streams. He seems pretty obsessed. With Nightwave himself. But
Backtrack a tad, buddy. Yeah.
I was roped into it because.
You were roped into it because. Now, okay, I'd love to hear this. What got him roped into? Why are you a part of this now? Could it be the Mersh effect? I have a feeling that's not what he's going to say.
People on their show, maybe him, were using my account, making dummy accounts of my account. And
so he thinks, I mean, listen to the logic here. He said maybe him. He thinks it's possible that live during my own show, where I am on screen, where you can see me the entire time, unlike the Davey Cocknose program here, that I was somehow also in the chat room pretending to be him, a guy who I have, and I think you guys can confirm this for me, I have never previously spoken about. I don't think the words Davey Croco have ever come out of my mouth in any previous stream. So while I'm struggling to get Ryan to wake up and do something on the show, I'm busy in the chat room pretending to be this boring idiot. Pretty good theory. You know what? You're right. That's probably what it was.
And writing things that would be besmirching Mersh.
Besmirching? You can't be besmirching him. It's the Mersh effect. I'm a simp. Besmirching Mersh. I love it. I love it, do you guys? I mean, come on. Besmirching? So this is what the White Knights, this is what these simulators are out there to protect against. They're out there to fight anyone besmirching.
Things.
And again, he's saying that's why he's involved with this, because I was besmirching.
That would be besmirching Mersh, one of my best friends on the platform.
One of my best friends on the platform. How disgusting is that? These guys don't know each other in real life. Calling him my best friend on the platform. This is what I'm talking. This is why I had to break away from ROTC. This is why I had to make fun of them. Because I saw this in other people. I saw that this is the mindset that was going on, where they think they're friends because they both do shows and because Mersh gives them shout outs. I dare Mersh to claim Davey Croco is his best friend. It's a boyfriend simulator. Nightwave's a boyfriend simulator.
And saying other very rude things with my
besmirching
avatar and my name. So I decided to, I don't know, call him a effing faggot. Because I think
that didn't happen, by the way. That's not what he did. He came on and said, I'm not a comedian. That's all. He went on to Twitter and said, I'm not a comedian. But no. For his audience, actually, I strolled in there and I knocked him in the jaw and said, don't you look at my girlfriend again, you effing fag. Who says effing fag? You're really... You should probably censor the other word there. That's like saying, you you D word nigger. Just say, you should probably say damn and then censor the.
That's how he was acting. So let me see if I can get to this.
Yeah, I doubt you can. He just fell asleep.
Tweets and replies here. Like I said, this is going to be a very long show, so just bear with me here. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
Now, when you hear me say, like, how many times have you heard me go, guys, it's going to be a long one. You're in for a ride. And you get excited, right? When you heard him say that, even because you're watching it through my show, like, didn't you just, I did. Didn't you just get a feeling of like, oh, does it have to be a long, please, can you speed things up just a little bit, please?
Also, there was great tweets going out today.
And so this is it. Again, this is his content. His content is other people's video, a chat room, and tweets. Now, you could say that's what this show is, but I'm saying he literally does not comment on these things. There's no commentary, there's no take, there's no perspective, there's no jokes, there's no comedy, it's just a tuna can sitting in his room going, here's a thing I saw on Mersh's timeline today. Let me see if I can find it.
I had this happen to me earlier. Just so happens after I got into a little argument with our friend from Pod Awful.
I am not your friend. Much like Mersh, I am not your best friend. Okay? Don't call me that.
My Twitter, out of nowhere, got temporarily limited account features. That's weird. But who knows? Could have been him, could have not been him.
His speaking pattern makes you want to die. Exactly. Pod Awful that go long are the best Pod Awfuls. He sounds like Can-A-Man without the Canadian accent a little bit.
Him.
He does. Doesn't he remind you of Johnny Sandwich? What's that guy? Joey Salads, though? He looks just like Joey Salads. But he's got that same energy, too. Why aren't we all hailing Hitler right now? Can I play that video I did making fun of Johnny Sandwiches? There's something, this is so taxing on me right now. I feel like I need a little bit of levity. I'm going to keep playing it. I think I'm going to bring up that video real quick. There's some people out there who probably haven't even seen that one.
This was a great tweet from Adam Green of No More News about Cernovich. Alex Jones calls out Jack Posobiec and Cernovich for...
Oh, wait, was that it? Was that all he had to say about me there? I thought he was going to talk about the fact that he got popped on Twitter. So he's claiming that I flagged him on Twitter, which obviously did not happen. I did. Why would I flag the guy? He was generating content for me. Obviously, I did not flag him, and I told him as much. But you can't have. I mean, these guys aren't going to listen to what I have to say. Let's see what else he's got here. Our friend from Pod Awful. Okay, let's go back to this.
So you had all these people tag Pod Awful. This was obviously a gay op where they obviously wanted to spam it with Pod Awful as a kind of a trolling thing. So when the guy said Pod Awful, I wrote, he said comedians, meaning, the guy's not funny. And then another...
Okay, now I'm going to force you to sit through... even though I just told you all this stuff, I'm going to force you to sit through the Davey Croco retelling of Twitter. Other shows, when they read you Twitter, oh boy, snooze fest. Pod Awful reads you Twitter, we're having a ball. It's a party. We're having a good time. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I can't believe it. Oh my God. The pettiness, the drama. It's amazing. This is what happens when someone else reads Twitter.
Person says, where? Are you illiterate? So I go, no. If you read it, it says he's putting together a festival dedicated to comedy. So I'm not illiterate.
He didn't actually say that in his tweet, by the way. So I'm not illiterate. He's defending himself on his illiterate. So I'm not illiterate. Imagine being a grown man, like in your 30s, and having to go, actually, I can read. Okay.
And I said, also, your private groups aren't so private. Quote, spam this tweet with Pod Awful.
See, he says, quote, who are you quoting? I didn't say that. Grifters, liars, cheats, scoundrels.
Good tactic, retard. Be more
retard. And he keeps saying faggot and retard in his tweets. Obviously, he's going to get hit on Twitter. I even said to him, did you say the R word or the F word? Because if you did, then you got auto-modded. As a matter of fact, his tweets, when he tags me, it doesn't come up in my notifications. His account must be so heavily modded. You know, like those Twitter guys that those guys that hacked Twitter and released their back end and showed you how it works. You can see every account has these secret listings which change the way your account interacts with the rest of Twitter. So his is so under scrutiny that I don't get notifications from him. I had to go look at his responses manually every time. And he's thinking I'm flagging him. You retard. What was that thing that Mike David said so silly that it broke my brain on the Red Bar episode? I've been trying to remember what that was. I don't feel like going back and watching it, watching my own show. What was that sentence he said that we kept mocking?
more discreet next time. So Pod Awful comes with, this guy keeps making stuff up. Who is he? Even though he knows who I am.
You hear that? That's the one-sided war. Even though he knows who I am, obviously he knows me. Listen, I get to claim that ROTC listeners know who I am. I get to claim that. A lot of them don't. I'm willing to say a lot of them don't. I get to claim that a huge chunk of them do because I was on the show. I'm still listed as a friend of the show on their website, and because I have done some of the most hilarious pranks on them ever since, I get to claim that. Davey Croco does not get to claim I know who Davey Croco is. Now he does. Congrats, but I have no clue. I'm still learning who he is right now with you guys.
And we go back and forth for a while, and I said, okay, edgy boy. His
attitude. That's it. Yes, thank you. From the chat room. What did Mike David say? You know, he's got this attitude. I really wanted to remember that so I could start saying that. I am going to copy Mike. I'm going to start saying attitude. This attitude. I can't. I'm going to have to listen to it because it's the way he said it. I got to get it perfect. You know. Yeah, fuck yeah. Shout out. Jules. He's got this attitude. His
tag name is @N-word because he.
No, it's at the N-word. Thank you very much. Put some respect on it.
The N-word.
The N-word.
The N-word. The N-word.
The N-word. The effing N-word.
The N-word is coming, and it's coming hard.
The N-word.
The N-word.
The N-word. The N-word.
I can't say the N-word.
The N-word guy on Twitter.
A dumb pile of garbage named Jesse, piece of shit, say the N-word on his podcast.
I'm gonna say the N-word. No.
Yeah, I checked their site 2 days ago. Pod Awful is still on there. I'm still on their friends of the show. Go to pizzagate.lgbt and find me on their website. I know you from spamming your show in the Nightwave chat. That's probably true. Cool. Thank you so much, Dog Munch. I don't know that I personally spammed it in the Nightwave chat, but okay, whatever. Fine. There was certainly a time where that probably happened. But okay, yeah, all right, fine. Attitude.
He's such an edgelord. I said, why?
Edgelord. So I'm an edgelord, but Mersh, Besmirsh, is not an edgelord. Are you? I mean, these words. I hate these words. I hate it. I hate edgelord. I hate edgy. I hate. What's the other one they always say about me? I hate gay ops. What's that other one they always say? I don't know.
I respond if I'm just making stuff up. The gay ops of your audience are well known and documented.
I'm not illiterate.
Here's one of the fags using a dummy account.
So he keeps saying these F words. I mean, listen, I'm not against you saying them. Twitter is. Twitter's going to pop you for that.
To cause drama. Do you need screenshots of your audience telling people
the effing N-word
to spam this post? So here is one of the things that they did to me.
Oh, by the way, that was from Good Job Rob pointing out the effing N-word thing in there. Good Job Rob made this amazing. You got to see it. It's on our Friday night. I made it the thumbnail for the Friday night show, the weekly sacrifice from last week. But also it's in the cult right now. He made this hilarious thing. It's a play on something I said in the Friday night show where it's a parody of a Goosebumps book. I was saying that a black Goosebumps book would be the time it wasn't what it was. You know, because black people love saying it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, imagine if it wasn't what it was. You know? So he made this great thing. Guess what? Davey Croco is an it is what it is guy. He actually, and you know how white women in general, Karens, they will, when you back them into a corner in an online fight, they go, this is boring, and then they block you. There's another thing like that. There's a similar tactic, and Davey Croco did it. He ended our back and forth on Twitter by just saying, it is what it is. It is what it is. He also does, I don't know if it's going to be in any of these clips, he also says, at the end of the day. So he's an at the end of the day, it is what it is guy. Again, the brain is melted. There's nothing inside, nothing of value. Okay, you couldn't trade his corpse on a black market to save your life.
I will full screen this for you guys.
So
you can see someone used my image, my likeness, and my name to say ROT has gotten boring. Good thing I'm going to replace Mersh. And this is one of his big streams with 72 viewers.
You see that? He points that out, and he took this screenshot. It's one of his big streams with 72 viewers. You guys were there live on Sunday. How many people are watching? I'll tell you this. And I'm not just saying like the numbers sort of thing. It's just about the facts. I like to lay it out for you guys when someone's a liar. When someone is just willing to straight up lie, that's what this guy is doing because it paints their character. I got to paint this goon for you. So he's a liar, and here's how we know this. 72 views. Again, this is the moment where the stream went down. A lot of you guys had to refresh, so the numbers went down in that time. They went right back up to where they were. Let me tell you this. I made that stream private immediately after it ended. You guys know that. And when I made it private, I remember the number of views the video had, meaning while it was live, it got this number of views. I remember it because I made it private and went, well, that's a pretty good number of views for a video that I'm not going to release because I wasn't going to release the episode originally. When I made it private, it had 1,455 views. Those were all during the live stream. And that's the second time that's happened in the past 2 weeks. Now, are all those people sticking around? No. But I'm getting those. I mean, it's happening. You don't know that all the people are sticking around in your thing. We don't know. You're not botting it the way Mersh and Royce do. So, 1,455 views on a live stream without it being up for even, it was maybe up 20 minutes after the stream, maximum. Okay, so maybe a few of those views came after that. I don't know. But we had over 200 viewers watching live. This guy's poisoning the well. That's what you have to do when you're a liar and when you're afraid that someone might come back at you. He's got to put it in these people's heads. This guy, he doesn't get any views. No one likes him. No one blah, 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 blah. No one's paying for his Pizzagate fund or whatever they're going to call it, you know. He's got to do that to paint it like I'm a failure because I am actually much, 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 much more successful than he is.
And that's with him being allowed to be in the sub feed the whole.
And this is something else he says, and that's with him being allowed to be in the sub feed. He keeps claiming at the beginning of every video, every live stream he does, he claims he's not in the sub feed, or they took him out of the sub feed. Now, I have subscribed to Davey Croco. We will update on this. I want to see, does it show up in my subscriptions when he goes live? By the way, you're just assuming it shows up for everybody on my channel. I know for a fact it doesn't. I get messaged all the time and see comments in the chat room almost every show of, why didn't this show up in my feed? Why didn't this show up? But it ain't about the truth. It's about how can I make this guy sound worse. So look, 73 views. And by the way, he's allowed in the... Yeah, the guy named the N-word is allowed in the sub feed. Okay. Am I edgy or not? Which is it? Pick a lane.
Whole time. We have...
So Jesse is a giant killer? Exactly.
215 people, and we're dropped out of the sub feed. So I guess he's a little angry.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm dying over here. Guys, here's what I want you to do. A little experiment, okay? The only people who have access to the Pizza Fund $12 shows are the people who pay for it, right? Pizza funders. Take a chance and go look at any past $12 episode we've done and how many views it has, and then times that by $12 and ask if I'm angry at night. Okay? I'm doing fine. All right? Now, I went to Davey Croco's Patreon. Again, I'm not going to big numbers him, but it's so ridiculous. The people who call me out on these things always have their own shit to worry about there when it comes to either your numbers ain't looking so hot, you got no idea what my finances are compared to yours, and of course, when ROTC does it, they're literally buying viewers. I've never bought a viewer. Never. It's never happened. So you can be impressed with your big number all you want, but you know you purchased that number. So how could that ever feel good? 2.3 million views, not a single one of them purchased. I'm sleeping just fine.
Angry. Let's see here. Oh
God, Davey, pick it up.
I don't know what this is.
You see, he doesn't know what to do when he's not playing other people's videos. He just sits there and quietly plays other people's videos.
I don't know what they're trying to do there, but they got a bunch of fanboys.
Oh, he's looking through the tweets, and it's not going his way, so he won't read it. We're making fun of him, calling him a tuna can head, and he's like, nah, I ain't reading that.
Like the troll. So he says gay ops is a loser's way of saying I got trolled.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. So thank you for reading that part out loud. Yeah. When you said it's gay ops, yeah, you're a loser and you got trolled.
And all of them just go back and forth.
See, they're going back and forth. It's just going back and forth. Don't pay any attention to what they said. It's just going back and forth. No need to read that, folks.
And then
please don't look at the screen. It's just going back and forth.
He ends it with all of them are former Owen Benjamin guys, when all of us know that I was never an Owen Benjamin guy.
Crickets in his head, yeah.
And Mersh was never an Owen Benjamin guy. We met Owen Benjamin from Owen.
Okay, hang on a second. This part's amazing. I just remembered what he says here. This part is incredible. What he's about to say will floor you. But let me just point something out really quick. He's saying that I ended this by saying he's an Owen Benjamin guy, and that I said Mersh is an Owen Benjamin guy. That's retarded. You can see the tweets on his screen. What I said was, Dungani said, I don't get why these people are all this way, what makes them this way. And he's talking about Mersh's fans. He's asking, why are all of Mersh's fans so retarded? And I said, because they're all ex-Owen Benjamin guys. It poisons the entire audience, you know? One bad apple spoils the bunch when you take over the audience of a complete retard like Owen Benjamin, then you now have retards in your audience. We've said this a million times. So I'm not talking about Davey Croco specifically, and I'm certainly not talking about Mersh. I'm talking about the Mersh's audience. So he's lying or stupid when it comes to that part, but then listen to what he says after this. It's fascinating.
And Owen.
It's the Mersh effect distilled into its purest form.
Benjamin guy. We met Owen Benjamin.
Listen to this.
Benjamin guy. And Mersh was never an Owen Benjamin guy.
How did they come to Owen Benjamin? Here we go.
Met Owen Benjamin from Owen copyright striking Mersh's channel.
Let me play that for you again, and let me know in the chat if you understood what I just understood there.
Mersh was never an Owen Benjamin guy. We met Owen Benjamin from Owen copyright striking Mersh's channel. So that's the end of that. They deserve...
Okay. We, meaning Mersh and I, met Owen Benjamin because Owen Benjamin copyright struck Mersh's channel. Does that make any sense? Now, there's a few things wrong with that, but the most beautiful part of that is he is so mentally entwined with Queen Mersh that he believes because Mersh was copyright struck by somebody, that involved him somehow. He believes that he and Mersh, cartoon penguin body Mersh, tuba playing in the background as he waddles to and fro Mersh, is quantumly entangled. Their hearts have meshed into one, and they are the same guy. This is a level of the Mersh effect heretofore the likes of which have never been seen before, okay? I mean, until this point, we've never seen anything like this. It's off the charts. The eyebrow meter. Imagine the eyebrow meter right now. Oh, my God. I mean, the autism on this one, it's got to be going crazy. Look at that eyebrow go. Okay. So they're the same guy. Oof, they say. What would Owen have to copyright if Mersh didn't know Owen already? And that was the other thing that was wrong with that one. Great point there, Daniel. That was the other one I'm talking about. A lot of stuff going wrong with that sentence. Obviously, that means Mersh was already talking about Owen. Oof, we need own this Owen shit. I don't know what that means. 0 cents. Blimpy from Popeye, they're calling Mersh. The royal we. Queen Mersh and I, a.k.a. we were copyright struck. This is the sick way these people's brains work. He is part of Mersh. He's a pinky on Mersh, okay? They got copyright struck together. Weird.
Striking Mersh's channel. So that's...
and you see the way he quickly moves past that. By copyright striking Mersh's channel. So anyway.
The end of that.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that anymore.
Deserve no more attention. His name is Pod Awful.
He deserves no more attention. His name is Pod Awful. 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 Well, actually, yeah, let's watch a little of this one. I just brought up this one by accident. Let's watch a little of the one where he's nodding off for a while, shall we? So let's take a look at how this goes.
Step in the ladder to achieve that end. COVID is just another rung in the ladder, which is why
Ooh, okay, you can see his eyes getting heavy.
There's a deliberate mixing of all the wordplay. Right? I mean, we should stop calling it, quarantine. That's a term designated for people that are verified sick.
And he's just playing the video and watching it, I mean, that's all it is.
Wrong in the ladder, which is why there's a deliberate mixing of all the wordplay. Right? I mean, we should stop calling it, quarantine. That's a term designated for people that are verified.
Wait, did I skipped the part where he's Yeah, there it is. There's him nodding off. I accidentally went past
of
it.
the fall of the republic and the rise of the corporation of the United States. Every major event is a
Wake up.
step in the ladder to achieve
Wake
that
up,
end.
Joey Salads.
COVID is just another rung
Come on,
in the ladder,
Tubehead. You got
which
this.
is why there's a deliberate mixing of all the words.
You got this, Tubehead.
right?
We can do it. All right.
We should stop
All right.
calling
Maybe
it,
maybe
quarantine.
brighten the
That's a
screen.
term
That'll keep you
designated for
awake.
people
Yeah,
that are
perfect.
verified
Get some
sick.
gamer fuel in
This
you.
is a
Charge up. Here we
house
go.
arrest mandated
3,
by the state.
2, 1.
You should stop
Chug.
calling it, social distancing. There's nothing social about
Gamer
forced
fuel.
isolation. We should stop saying
Damn, dude ain't there at all. He looks high out of his mind.
safer at home when millions of Americans don't have basic necessities
Gulp,
adequate
gulp,
to
gulp,
fit their
gulp,
needs.
gulp,
It
gulp.
assumes
He's
that everybody's
wang sipping.
home is
Wang
equally
sip,
as safe
wang
as
sip,
the people
wang
that are
sip.
making the statements. We should stop saying,
He kind of looks like Osama without a beard.
this is for the greater good,
He has butthole eyes.
right? When you close the economy, killing millions of
He's got butthole eyes. Wait, he's got Davey butthole eyes. There you go. And he'll please you, and he'll nod off while watching videos. He's got Davey butthole eyes.
businesses that families have worked generations to establish. That's anything
Look
but
at him. Look
good.
at him try to keep it together.
We should stop.
Said he looks like he's talking to my tip jar. Throw a couple shekels in there, man.
So he's reading a comment. That's not commentary. Somebody in his chat room said it looks like this guy's talking to his tip jar. I guess that's what that thing is on the right side of the screen there. And so he used that as an excuse to plug sending him money. There was no commentary going on.
Man.
Saying this is the new normal. That's just blatant mind control dribble.
He's just playing someone else's shit.
There's nothing
While
normal
falling
about forced
asleep.
isolation, treating your neighbor like they have the plague, breathing
He kind of reminds me of an uglier Maddox. I see it.
your own bodily waste, wearing
God, his nose looks like a bonobos, or what is that? What type of monkey is that with the proboscis monkey? His nose literally hangs over his mouth. I think if he shook his head vigorously enough, the nose would flop.
masks, living in constant fear of contamination. That's normal. I mean, after all, if the virus is so deadly, why hasn't it wiped out the homeless?
And again, get one of those canisters that tennis balls come in, and see if you couldn't stick him right inside it.
Social distance, wash themselves regularly, let alone
He got a head like a Pringles can.
live in or have access to a sterile environment. Last year, 1.5
Oh man, we're about to lose him again. Come on, Joey, wake up.
million people died of tuberculosis. Why were you not wearing a mask during the tuberculosis pandemic?
Ooh, there it was. There's another one.
You were endangering, public health and safety along with billions of other people around the globe.
Z.
So why didn't you wear a mask?
Z.
Okay.
Oh, he's nodding off again.
Because the mainstream media didn't tell you to wear a mask.
Okay.
because
No, I'm here. I was doing
people
something. See,
died
I'm doing
from
something.
tuberculosis.
You see this down here? This
There was
me
no tuberculosis
doing
pandemic any more than there's a coronavirus pandemic. What you're really participating in is a beta test for AI systems and facial recognition.
The chat room. What?
See these?
Also, he doesn't wear his headphones right. You notice that? He wears both sides of his headphones. He wears them half on his ear, like they're pinching his ears down. And he does this every stream. I've looked at a ton of his videos now. He does this on all of them.
Cameras work best when people are, distance apart.
Better vape to
Now
keep
that-
myself
now they're
awake.
actually testing through machine learning how to recognize,
Suck
a face
it up.
that's partially
Suck
covered.
it up, Croco.
It's also a way to
Maybe
easily
that'll
determine
do it.
who's compliant
God, isn't it sickening to watch a person do their drugs?
and who's not. Who does the propaganda
so
work
gross.
on and who it doesn't? Now get this, there's some ironies that are here, right? A society that kills millions
Looks like there's some iron deficiencies here.
of babies a year for convenience has shut itself down to prevent adults from dying. People that on the one hand slaughter babies in the womb by the millions are now preaching to the masses about the sanctity of human life. It's double speak, double talk. It's the two doctrine policy.
Now, I've been told that the reason he's like this is because he is a heroin addict. I don't have proof of that. I am saying this is allegedly, according to sources. He is a heroin addict, and apparently this is a phenomenon that happens to him a lot.
One for the initiated, one for the uninitiated. One for the inner circle, another for the masses. It's like saying, if I violate the stay-at-home...
He's high, but it ain't CBD. You got that right. Listen, again, I've been told he's high on something else. I don't know if he's shooting or what he's doing. This is all allegedly. I don't know. But in a lot of his videos, he nods off. And that's why he actually takes himself off camera for many of his streams. In fact, in this one, while he's trying to keep himself awake, you see him nodding off over and over and over again. Watch this.
Be allowed to manage the retirement fund.
And he hides the video. So once he realizes, I can't stay awake even for my own stupid, boring show. Time to put myself behind this god-awful graphic. This is not the only time that's been noticed him doing this sort of thing. A guy, he used to go by the name Future Nobody. He now goes by the name Phalanx. Actually made a clip one time. And let me tell you something. Davey Croco does not like this clip. He clipped one of the times that Davey was nodding out on stream. It was one where during the stream, he was nodding out over and over and over again. It was bad. People were noticing. And apparently, at one point, Davey actually crapped his pants, and it woke him up. He sharded himself awake. Future Nobody clipped this. It was on his channel for a long time, and apparently Davey hated it so much, he left some comments, and Future Nobody was kind enough to take it down. I'll show you those comments in a second, but let's take a look at the video in question. This is no longer available on YouTube. I may be one of only 2 people who has a copy of this. I just received this right before the show from Future Nobody / Phalanx himself, so thank you to him. And by the way, no thank you for completely re-uploading my Epstein Island parody song. Don't do that. I'm gonna let it slide because you gave me this video. Please don't do that. So this video is the video that Joey Salads here, Davey Croco, does not want you to see. This has been taken off the internet. Watch this. He's nodding. He's nodding off. Oh! And he farts himself back away.
You shit in your fucking pants?
Yep, he did. He did. That's 100% real. Okay, what are you going to do, sue me? Why are you so sleepy all the time, Davey? Why are you nodding off all the time? We've got a lot of stuff to explore with this guy. So let's take a look at the comments he left where he proves, remember when he said, I'm not illiterate? Well, his comments tell another story. Let's take a look at these. Do I have that here? Yes, here. Oh, God, and I just closed out of it by mistake. Hang on a second. We'll bring that right back up. All right, let's take a look at these comments from, this is between Future Nobody and Davey Croco. And he said, Future Nobody said, that toot was something serious. I like that comment a lot. On his own video, that toot was something serious. It's just a silly video, just playing around. Now, Future Nobody had no idea about the heroin accusations when he said that. The video was just showing a guy shitting his pants. That's it. Davey Croco, and this is the real guy, okay? This is really him. It's not somebody impersonating him. Shows up in the comments of this video and says, was in comments and saw Opiate comments. If you weren't implying that, then okay, probably shit myself. Excuse me, but, what? Could you repeat that? One more time for me there? Davey, what are you saying? Was in comments and saw Opiate comments. So I think he meant Opiate. I think he was trying to say Opiate comments. If you weren't implying that, then okay, probably shit myself. So he's saying he shit himself. He's agreeing that he shit himself, but he doesn't like the Opiate comments, I think is what he's trying to say. Future Nobody responds, nah, man, it's lighthearted satire. Hopefully you can handle that, or I would hope so. Like you calling me redneck anomaly. I don't know what you do in personal life, nor do I care. Not my business. But that's not even the context on the video or title. So he points out, I got no business. I don't know about that from Adam. I don't know what you're talking about. And Davey Croco responds, all good that posted it on Reddit as Davey relapsing. All good. So I think it's pretty clear what he was trying to say there was somebody posted the video to Reddit saying that Davey was relapsing, and that made him angry. Apparently people on Reddit were talking about him using heroin, and he didn't like that. Now, if you said I used heroin, I wouldn't be all up in arms about it. I've clearly never done a drug in my life, sir. But Davey gets mad about it. I wonder why. Yeah, Davey Gonzo Cocknose Carlos Mencia Marcelo, apparently his real name's like Marcelo Carlos or something, is back on the opiates, and then they link to the video. This is Reddit. He literally farted himself awake. Yeah, he was mad about him saying, people saying that he's back on opiates, but this is the thing. Everybody I've talked to about this guy says he's constantly relapsing on heroin, so that might be the reason he's nodding off in the streams, although I'd be willing to bet it was just because of his own incredible, boring, monotone nonsense. All right, let's see if we can't get a few more instances of him talking about us in here. I know there are more. Jesus Christ, is he saying it that deep into this stream? All right, let's take a look at this.
It's not the best not the best way to go.
All right, here we go. Watch this.
Wow, Pod Awful is like really fucking going crazy tweeting at me right now. Like
going
this guy
crazy.
will not.
I was losing it, man. Oh, I'm
stop.
wacky.
He's just endless. Just endless. I called him a non-comedian, and it very much offended him.
I played part of this for you at the beginning of the show, but there's more. Take a listen.
Sorry, Pod Awful, we will not be talking about you anymore. But
just like he said 20 minutes before that, yeah.
It was nice knowing you. I'm sure you'll be doing a full show on me because you run out of content very easily.
Yes. Yes. Actually, I had about 3 other ideas for shows, and then I went, yeah, but have you seen this guy's fucking tuna can head?
Yes, I know there was a fake Davey Croco 3 in his chat the other night, and that's what I pointed out to him, and for some reason that makes me, I don't know what that makes me, that I'm hating or something when I'm just simply pointing out what happened. But at the end of the day,
at the end of the day, of course. Well, at the end of the day, it is what it is. What if it's not? What happens then, Davey? What if it's not what it was? Then what will it ever be again?
Fuck him. He says, I'm obsessed. The guy literally does a show.
I didn't say... Who said that? I didn't say he's obsessed. Where is he getting that? He said that about me after saying that wait, what?
That he calls it Nightwave and acts like Mersh and like tries to do the show like Mersh, and
This is the beauty of these guys, the Mersh Effect guys, the Simpulator guys. They literally don't understand parody or satire. They don't get it. It's not, listen, man, some of you out there are going to go, okay, yeah, sure, they don't get it, Jesse. No, he's he's just trying to find a way to make fun of you, or he just doesn't like what you did. No. Listen to me carefully here. I choose my words very carefully. Davey Croco and many of the other Mersh Effect guys do not understand parody. They do not understand satire. He believes and stated this multiple times in multiple ways on his show, in tweets, many different ways. He said I was copying Nightwave. Now, you look at this stream and tell me I'm the one. I mean, look at this. This is just a Nightwave layout. This is all those types of shows layout. He watched the ROTC parody I did and saw me do the layout. Do I still have the layout? I don't even know how this will function with my current setup. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I turned it into running with rifles, apparently. Did I really do that? How the fuck did that happen? What is this? What the hell? Okay, yeah, I guess I fucked it up. I don't know. Oh, that's the intro. All right, well, I don't have it anymore because I don't plan on doing it again. But he saw the ROTC layout and thought I was actually copying. He saw the episode that I did where I bought the name Nightwave Radio TM and thought it was me copying. Multiple people I've seen tried to explain to him, it's a parody. What do you mean? And he said, no, he's copying it. He just wants to be Mersh. Now, anyone who could rub two neurons together would see, if they watch that parody, that the last thing on earth I must want to be is Mersh. But he doesn't get it. Go theme music.
He thinks it's funny. It's just so bad.
I mean, it might be one of the funniest shows I've ever done, really. Even ROTC people watch that one and go, this is actually really fun. I like you both, but this one's really funny. And I've been begged to do another one. I could not tell you how many times. People beg me to do another parody of them. They think it's so funny. Okay? I'm not going to toot my own horn about Sunday's episode. It wasn't that good. But that episode, I will go to my grave saying, was a very funny show. But Davey Croco is in the ROTC Discord, and you know what Mersh and Royce say in there? Give him nothing. Don't watch it. Not even for a joke. Don't watch it. Don't give him the views.
It's like one of the worst things you'd ever see.
Simpulator.
And now he's just tweeting nonstop at me. First it was...
Jesse don't want to be Mersh. He wants to besmirch Mersh. That's right.
First it was...
The blackface one was an incredibly unique performance. I've never seen anything like it, and you never will again.
I'm just a Mersh fan who made a show because I followed Mersh, even though, again, I met Mersh when I had 10,000 subs, and Mersh had 10,000 subs.
Wait. Number one, I think Mersh only very recently hit 10,000 on Nightwave. So maybe he means ROTC. I don't know. But you used to have 10,000 subs on YouTube, and now you're down to 3,000. You're going to tell me you had 10,000 people subscribed, and all you could pull back from that was 3,000 of them? You have, what, like 7 patrons? I mean, what do you mean, dude? You used to have 10,000 subs. It doesn't add up, I'm sorry.
And we met because...
here's why they met.
Owen Benjamin copyright struck Nightwave Radio.
Okay, what? You're not Nightwave Radio. Are you Owen Benjamin? What does that mean?
That's how I met Mersh.
That doesn't explain anything. I'm left with far more questions than answers.
At our own shows. Then he said, "Oh, well, he's just." Davey Croco is just a Owen Benjamin guy. So he obviously doesn't know who I am.
But that's not true. I met Mersh because Owen Benjamin copyright struck Mersh.
And then he says, I have no idea who this guy is. And then he says, I only heard about this guy like a week ago. So
I didn't say a week. I said a day ago. I have only known of him for 2 days. I could not have possibly said a week ago. You see, it's these little weaselly lies. They just throw a little bit of it out there. Who cares? I'm willing to say maybe he's not on heroin. Allegedly, he's on heroin while I'm watching him fall over asleep while awake like any junkie on the street. I've seen heroin junkies nod off. It's the exact same. I'm still willing to say maybe it's not true. These guys, they got to throw out any little lie.
He's just digging into it, all of his lies and all of the things that are...
I'm lying. You're right. Yeah, no, okay, fine. All right.
He can't help himself.
Projection. Talk, Davey, talk. What's happening? What was that? That was playing the whole time. That was not paused. What was that? Was he farting himself awake? Was he muting himself? Did he learn his lesson and fart himself awake while muted?
Man.
Davey. Davey, where'd the sound go? Oh, he's awake now. He's fine now, guys.
I'm just gonna have to let this one go.
Ew, don't let it go, Davey, please. Keep it bottled up in you.
I want to read the whole thread.
I learned about Pod Awful from Red Bar, so I'm kinda in the loop, says Vox's chair. This guy Vox's chair. I don't know if he's in the Pizza Fund or not, but he watches the show. He watches Pod Awful all the time. Seen his name many times, and he was in the chat trying to play both sides of things the whole time.
Pretty sure I'll get a DM from him at some point.
Nope.
Hey, man. We were just joking around.
Fuck. Yeah, yes. In my head, that is blatantly obvious. I don't need to send you a private message to let you know that it's I'm joking. Also, the things I'm saying are true. I'm making fun of. You see, people don't understand when you are joking about something and that something is the truth. When you add those together, that's called making fun of. We're making fun of you. Okay? We make fun. We make fun happen.
We'd love to have you on the show.
No, thank you. No, I'm good. I don't want... Listen, I've had co-hosts fall asleep on me before. Maybe that says something about me. I've never seen a host fall asleep on his own show, though. I certainly wouldn't want a guest falling asleep on me with your monotone drone in between.
All right, moving on.
Moving on, of course. There's probably more, but I'm going to leave it there. All right, I've had enough. I think we get it. All right, new goon, the Mersh effect. It is Davey Croco. Fun stuff. We'll see what happens. He'll probably respond. We'll keep up to date with all of that. Let's get into our Wayfair update. This will be fun, I hope, for you guys. You've probably been wondering what's going on.